1. Which feature in Windows 98 allows programs to automatically start when the computer boots, ensuring essential applications run without user intervention? A. Using the Task Manager to schedule program execution. B. Adding programs to the Startup folder in the Start menu. C. Configuring programs through the Control Panel's System Settings. D. Placing programs in the Windows System 32 directory. 2. In Windows 98, which utility helps locate and repair file system errors, ensuring disk integrity and optimal system performance? A. Disk Cleanup Wizard that deletes unnecessary files. B. Disk Defragmenter that rearranges fragmented files. C. Scan Disk Utility that checks the disk for errors and fixes them. D. System Information that monitors hardware performance. 3. What is the primary file system used by Windows 98 for managing large hard drives while supporting long file names? A. New Technology File System NTFS with journaling capabilities. B. File Allocation Table 16-bit FAT16 for small disks. C. File Allocation Table 32-bit FAT32 supporting larger partitions. D. Extended File System 3 EXT3 used in Linux systems. 4. How can a user access the Device Manager in Windows 98 to manage hardware drivers and troubleshoot connected devices? A. Right-clicking My Computer, selecting Properties, and clicking the Device Manager tab. B. Opening the Control Panel and selecting Network Settings. Pressing Ctrl-Alt-Del and choosing Task Manager. D. Using the Run command to execute duv.msc. 5. What is the main purpose of System Restore in Windows 98? A. To restore accidentally deleted personal files and documents. B. To return the operating system to a previous configuration in case of system instability. C. To automatically back up user data to an external drive. D. To uninstall recently installed applications without user intervention. 6. Which feature of Windows 98 enables users to run multiple applications at the same time without crashing the system? A. Real mode operation for legacy programs. B. Virtual memory management to extend available RAM. C. Cooperative multitasking to share CPU resources between programs. D. File compression to reduce storage space usage. 7. How can a user create a shortcut to a frequently used folder on the desktop for quicker access? A. Drag the folder icon while holding the Ctrl and Shift keys to the desktop. B. Right-click the folder and select Create Shortcut. C. Copy the folder directly onto the desktop. D. Rename the folder to indicate it is a shortcut. 8. In Windows 98, which utility is designed to remove temporary files, clear caches, and free up disk space? A. Disk Cleanup Wizard that removes unnecessary files. B. ScanDisk that fixes file system errors. C. Disk Defragmenter that reorganizes fragmented files. D. Registry Editor that modifies system settings. 9. Which network types are primarily supported in Windows 98 for home or small office networking? A. Ethernet and dial-up connections commonly used in local and remote networks. B. Fiber optic networks requiring specialized drivers. C. Token ring networks used mainly in older corporate environments. D. Bluetooth wireless connections for peripheral devices. 10. Which option in Windows 98 allows users to install, uninstall, or modify software programs through a graphical interface? A. Control Panel's Add Remove Programs utility. B. Accessing My Computer properties and navigating to program settings. C. Using System Restore to roll back software installations. Managing hardware drivers through Device Manager. 11. How can a user check the available free space and used capacity of a hard drive in Windows 98? A. Right-clicking the drive icon in My Computer and selecting Properties. B. Opening Task Manager to view disk usage. C. Running a command in the Run dialog using Disk Info. D. Accessing Control Panel and selecting System Information. 12. What is the primary function of the Windows 98 registry? A. To store detailed network configuration settings. B. To manage all installed hardware drivers. C. To maintain system and application configuration settings centrally. D. To organize user files and directories for easier access. 13. Which utility in Windows 98 helps rearrange fragmented files on the hard drive to improve system performance? A. Disk Cleanup Wizard for removing temporary files. B. ScanDisk Utility for checking and fixing disk errors. C. Disk Defragmenter to optimize file storage on the disk. D. System Restore for recovering previous system configurations. 14. What is the correct method to open the control panel in Windows 98 for accessing system and hardware settings? A. Start menu, Settings, Control Panel. B. Right-clicking Desktop and selecting Properties. C. Start menu, Programs, Accessories. D. Pressing Ctrl-Alt-Del and selecting Control Panel. 15. Which command line tool in Windows 98 can display the computer's current network IP configuration and related information? A. ipconfig to show IP address, subnet mask, and default gateway. B. Ping to test connectivity with remote hosts. C. Tracert to trace the route to a destination. D. Netstat to display network connections and statistics. 16. What is the purpose of Task Scheduler in Windows 98? A. To schedule automatic system backups at specific intervals. B. To automate the execution of specified tasks at designated times. C. To monitor CPU usage and system performance. D. To uninstall programs on a scheduled basis. 17. In Windows 98, what is the function of Safe Mode? A. To boot the system with only essential drivers for troubleshooting. B. To increase overall system performance during normal operations. C. To allow multiple applications to run simultaneously. D. To protect files from potential malware automatically. 18. How can a user map a network drive in Windows 98 for easier access to shared resources? A. Open Network Neighborhood and select Map Network Drive. B. Use Control Panel, Network Add Drive. C. Right-click My Computer and select Properties. D. Execute Map Drive from the Run dialog. 19. Which utility in Windows 98 provides a guided process for backing up critical user files to another storage location? A. Backup Wizard for creating and restoring backup sets. B. Disk Cleanup Wizard for freeing disk space. C. ScanDisk for checking and repairing disks. D. Disk Defragmenter for optimizing file placement. 20. What is the main function of Internet Explorer in Windows 98? A. Managing local files and folders on the hard drive. B. Accessing and navigating websites on the Internet. C. Editing images and graphics files. D. Configuring hardware device drivers. 21. How can a user change display settings such as screen resolution or color depth in Windows 98? A. Control Panel, Display, Settings tab to adjust resolution and colors. B. Right-click Desktop and select Refresh. C. Start Menu Programs, Accessories, Display. D. Control Panel, System Performance. 22. Which Windows 98 component is responsible for managing hardware devices, drivers, and troubleshooting conflicts? A. Control Panel for configuring system settings. B. Device Manager to manage connected hardware. C. Registry Editor to modify system parameters. D. Task Manager to monitor running processes. 23. How can a user create a new folder on the desktop for organizing files in Windows 98? A. Right-click the desktop, select New, then Folder. B. Copy an existing folder from another location. C. Drag the My Computer icon to the desktop. Use the Run dialog with the command New Folder. 24. What type of files does the Recycle bin in Windows 98 temporarily store? A. All system files that are no longer needed. B. Files deleted by the user that can be restored if needed. C. Temporary internet files created during browsing. D. Program installation files automatically removed after setup 25. Which Windows 98 utility allows scheduling of routine virus scans and software maintenance tasks? A. Task Scheduler for automated execution of maintenance tasks. B. Disk Cleanup Wizard for removing unnecessary files. C. System Restore to revert the system to a previous state. D. Device Manager to update hardware drivers. 26. What is the purpose of the Windows 98 accessibility options? A. To configure network and internet settings. B. To provide tools for users with disabilities, such as screen readers or sticky keys. C. To uninstall unnecessary software programs. D. To manage disk partitions and file systems. 27. Which Windows 98 utility helps identify hardware conflicts and troubleshoot system errors by analyzing the system configuration? A. Device Manager that lists hardware status and conflicts. B. Disk Defragmenter for optimizing storage. C. ScanDisk to check for disk errors. D. Disk Cleanup to remove temporary files. 28. How does Windows 98 allow users to schedule a computer shutdown or startup at a specified time? A. Using Task Scheduler to automate shutdown or startup tasks. B. Configuring power settings in Control Panel Display. C. Editing the registry to include shutdown scripts. D. Running shutdown commands manually each time. 29. Which method is recommended to safely remove hardware devices in Windows 98 to prevent data loss or corruption? A. Shutting down the computer before removing devices. B. Using the Safely Remove Hardware icon in the system tray. C. Unplugging devices while the system is running. D. Removing device drivers from Device Manager before unplugging. 30. What is the function of Windows 98's Auto Update feature? A. To automatically clean temporary files and caches. B. To download and install system updates and security patches. C. To defragment hard disks for improved performance. D. To schedule backups of user files automatically.